Alright, hello everyone. So this is going to be the first video in a series. I want to say 3 parts, but I genuinely do not know how many parts I'm going to add to it after the 3. Um, Original 3-part series as originally planned. Um, about the Japanese economy, and this has been inspired by me and my father doing duels, me as Japan and him as the United States, historical setup, well, some semi historical setup, historical dates, invasion dates, and stuff. The invasions can go either way, such as China. It really just depends, but that's what it's been inspired by. And the reason why it's been inspired by that is because the Japanese economy is shit at the very beginning of the game. Now, when I say shit, they have 11 factories. Problem with that is that if you're going to do anything competitive with your Navy against the US, you absolutely need Navy experience and training that training with the doctrines that only exercising your fleet can provide. Which means that you need to buy a metric fuck ton of oil, and the oil that I've been buying isn't even enough currently, and I should honestly be buying it not from Russia, but from Iran and the other one. Oh, Romania here. Great. They don't like me that much. Awesome. Uh, I really need to change that start save thing, but point still stands. You need to trade a metric fuck ton of factories. And that is not fun when you are sitting here with 6 factories trying to build infrastructure so that you can build trying to build anything with 6 factories, even 7 factories, is absolutely shitty. It's essentially the economy of Romania over here, and that is not good whatsoever. Now, how do we solve that? Emphasis of today's video. How do we solve that? Well, the first thing that we have to keep in mind is that the focus tree has a lot of different areas that can help you improve it aside from the obvious industrial branch or the hidden little things like the modify early industrialization efforts right down there that affect your consumer goods factories factor that is hidden in the colonial branch. Um, Most people do not think about the East Asian Cooperative Society. And this is really the first step that you need to be taking in order to help your economy. Now, what does this do? Well, I have already invested in multiple different nations by now, including Mongolia, which has a total of 6 factories. How do they have a total of 6 factories? Well, they've done this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, but they have 6. How did they get 2 more? Did they build them? No. They didn't have any factories beforehand. I industrialized them using this mechanic. And what this mechanic does is it's a two-step process. One, let's say we go for Afghanistan here. What's that going to do? Well, if they accept, which they more than likely will, um, yeah, let's go over the accepting thing. So, the more disconnected a nation is from a other nation or a faction of nations, the more likely it is that they will accept it. Excuse me. Which means countries like Afghanistan, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, they're all gonna be jumping at the chance. The Kingdom of Siam, jumping at the chance. When it comes to these guys, I released them at the beginning of the game. Now, why did I release them at the beginning of the game? Well, one is because I'll explain that in the next video. The second reason is because I cannot give them these bonuses, the extra civilian factories, or anything else, if they are my puppet or in my faction. It's as simple as that. So, what I do is release them. They can go through their focus trees, gain factories and whatever else they need, and then I can just go in and snatch them up. When it comes to these four nations, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, and Burma. They are all connected to a faction and a major nation. Philippines connected to the United States via puppethood, and they're in a faction with the United States. The rest, well, not the rest. Malaysia and Burma. Oh, where is where is Tibet? Oh, there's India. Okay. Okay, so they just didn't show up. Okay. I see. Malaysia, Burma, and India. Those are all connected to the UK, which is in the Allies. So they all have a very bad chance. And on top of that, for some reason, Indonesia seems to be a very, very obstinate member of this little trifecta. No. Of all the options here, they really don't like to say yes. I got them to say yes in this save, and I was doing some testing. I don't know if improving relations actually does anything. It felt like it did, but I didn't do enough tests, and I don't feel like doing that many tests. So, yeah, it might be like a 75% chance to say yes if they have increased relations. Otherwise, it seems to be get lower and lower as the game goes on. So I think doing these 5 very early, improving relations with them, I think that probably gives you the best chance of doing it. Otherwise, everyone else here who I don't have the notify button here, they say yes. I think nearly every time. Ah. Now, what happens when they say yes? So they gain 2 off-map civilian factories. We gain a negative attack bonus against them, so that's bad. But they gain daily fascism support, which ostensibly slowly turns them towards fascism. Okay, another reason why you kind of want to do it pretty dang early into the game, right? And that's the first step. The second step, uh, well, first of all, the first step takes 30 days. And that's pretty much the last little qualifier there. First step takes 30 days. Second step also takes 30 days. As you can see, active for 30 days. And if they have said yes already, then you get access to the second step. And what the second step does is it gives them automatic 5% party fascism, popularity of fascism, and it gives them a state modifier called investments, which grants local resources plus 5%, max factories in state plus 1, and that gives it to all of the states that they have. So, I've already done it to Mongolia. They have building slots. Max factories in the states. That's what it is. They have an extra building slot. Now, they don't have very many resources. So, the local resources isn't as good for them. But the max factories in state, that is. That is huge for them. Same thing for all these small little island nations. Now, what does this do for you as Japan for your economy when it's only modifying theirs? It's not only modifying theirs, because later you will be getting a lot of these folks as puppets. So, what that means for a country like Siam. What does that mean? Alright, well, they have a shit ton of rubber here. They have a bunch of rubber here. And they have focuses that will give them more rubber. More just resources in general. I forget where those are in their focus tree, but they are here. I think it's right around here we go. Okay, so that's still random places in. Okay, so it tells you where they're going to be at the start of the game. Cool. But otherwise, it is randomized with every beginning start of the game. Whenever you start the game. And they have rubber somewhere else, I believe, but I cannot seem to find it. Anyway, they have a whole shit ton of rubber. What does that mean for us? Well, that means that we can trade with them for that rubber. which is great because at 1940 we are suffering and we need to start building a metric shit ton of planes to combat the United States. And if we're doing multiplayer like me and my father are doing, then that means that you're building rather expensive planes, as I have found out the hard way. Um, Now, do they have to accept this? Oh, okay. So, uh, so Siam, Burma, India, the Commonwealth of the Philippines. Those guys will all gain um, building slots and resources. The state modifier will stay with them throughout the process. The state modifier is permanent, so they will always get that investment into those provinces, which gives you the 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 resources. And once they become your puppet, they give you resources. You can get resources from them. And when they are your puppet, what you can do is trade for resources with them at an exorbitantly low cost and an exorbitantly high cost to them, which is great for you. Great for you as a Japanese extraction economy. Um, Now, do they have to accept this? No. If they accept the first portion, then they automatically get this second portion when you choose to give it to them. And that's it. Alright? That's the entire mechanic, I believe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. And of course, what that allows you to do is not trade for Burmese oil for an exorbitantly high price, one factory for every excuse me, 8 resources. Um it allows you to trade for 10 times that amount for one factory, which is it's great. Absolutely amazing. And that helps your economy later on. But, and I'll get to this in the next video, there are other ways to stimulate your economy that will give you plenty more factories. You'll have like a 1937 American economy in 1940, which is a pretty big economy. So yeah, that will be it. I tried keeping this short and sweet, but I don't make scripts, and my brain is absolutely everywhere at all times. So that'll be it for today, and hopefully this helped flesh out the entire mechanic, because I made a video on this. It was a very short 8-minute video, but I didn't get all the information into it that I wanted, and it felt very disjointed and disconnected. So hopefully this 20-minute one is much better. And yeah, so that'll be it. Have a good day, everyone.